Hi there guys, in this video we're going to have a look at something a little bit different, which is a power supply. Now normally a lot of people think power supplies aren't worth spending much money on, but I beg to differ. I do think having a very good power supply is a very good thing. So for this I have chose to go for an EVGA SuperNova 1200 P2. This is a 1200 watt power supply that is a platinum rated. This is in most cases pretty overkill, but being this large you should be able to use this as silent mode. That's something I was really looking for. So the silent mode basically doesn't spin the fan up until it's needed, and like I said, I've had two 980 Ti's on my other system going at 99-100% and the fan hasn't even spun up. So in all this does make the power supply a very silent one and something that I was actually looking for. So if we have a look down the bottom here, we can see our ratings. So you can see we got 20 amps on the 5 volt line, 20 amps on the 3.3, but most importantly on the 12 volt row we have around about 100 amps. It does come with all your extra things that you expect, and it's perfectly capable of easily running 2, maybe 3 or even 4 cards in SLI. I would personally run either 2 or 3 maximum. If you run 2, basically you can pretty much keep it in eco mode, which means the power supply should be pretty silent, if not totally silent, and that's something I was looking for. So all I need to do now is get this plastic off, which can be a little bit awkward sometimes, as you know. So this, once we get all that off, we can have a look inside and see what we get. Bear in mind this is a pretty heavy box. This in its own it weighed more than some of the other components I bought just recently, so it's a very good weighted power supply. I also looked on, was it Tommy Guru, and he gave it a very good review. That's a very worthwhile site to check out if you're looking at power supplies. He goes through and tests them all in great detail, and like I said, I'm not going to go into that because I don't know half the stuff he means, but if he says something's pretty good, then I'll go by that. I think if I remember, he gave the power supply a 9.8 or something, so he gave it a very high score. I don't think he often gives a 10 out of 10. So that's, like I said, I'm not entirely sure with that, but anyway, so it looks like we finally got the box open. So let's have a look to see what we've got inside. So as you can see, it's all packaged up pretty well. We've got this kind of wallet thing here. Not entirely sure what this is for, maybe putting the cables in or putting the power supply in. So the first tray I'm going to have a look at is this one on the right. So this houses all our cables. We've got basically all our ones for like our 24 pin, we've got all our SATAs, VGA, so we've got quite a lot of cables in. We've got SATAs, Moldex, so more or less got everything we need. They're all on this sort of braided cable, and we finally got our power cable here. There's some bits and bobs over here. I think there's some screws and stickers and things. But essentially this is all our auxiliary stuff. I think that's some, I'm not sure, that's some sort of sticky thing, I don't know. So that's the bulk of it all. So on the left side we actually got the power supply itself and the manual, as you can see, just stuck in the top. So it's all in pretty well protected. It's actually wrapped inside of something else as well. So if you can see, we've got these big sponge things on either left and right, so let's try and remove those. So hopefully that's got it all right. So if we take this off either side, we can see we've got the manual on the top. The manual's doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's in colour as well. It's looks like multiple languages, but anyway. Next we've got the actual power supply itself that's in a nice wrap. So if we can just find the little Velcro thing. So if I just get it out of this little wallet thing, you can see it's very well protected. So at the top you can see it has an 140mm fan. If you have eco mode on, then this fan won't even spin most times. Like I said, if you do have the power supply facing downwards, make sure eco mode's off, otherwise the fan won't spin up and the power supply will get pretty hot. So it depends which way you're putting it and how good of airflow you've got. On this side we've got all our connections, so you can see there is a lot of connections there. So that should give us plenty of power for anything we want. And on the back side here you can see we've got our power switch, we've got our power input, and we've got eco mode on here, so we can turn it off without actually having to get inside the case, which is a nice bonus. Like I said, there's no fans on the back, so we just have the fan on the inside. Anyway guys, that's a look at this power supply. Hopefully you liked the video, and like I said, if you could, like and subscribe. Take care and have fun out there guys.